प्लीज 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 बोला जाओ। जय राधा
हाँ तो पहले जय राधा माधव शुरू कर दो ना। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Jaya Nitai Gauranga, 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 Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari.
Gaura Hari,
Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana,
Jai Satchinandana,
Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari,
Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari,
Patita Pavana Gaura Hari,
Patita Pavana Gaura Hari,
Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari,
Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari,
Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari,
Gaura Hari, Jaya
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radhe Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Jaya Krishna Balaram
Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga
Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai
Jaya Vrindavan Dham Jaya Vrindavan Dham Vrindavan Dham Jaya Vrindavan Dham Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Vishwabal Vranza Paribhracharya Stotra Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय प्रेम से गौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru Srila Prabhupada की Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Mudirayet Nasthaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter 3, text number 21. Correct? Imam lokam amum chaiva Ramayan sutaram yadun Reme kshana daya datta रेमे क्षणा दया दत्ता क्षणस्त्री क्षण सौहृदः क्षणस्त्री क्षण सौहृदः लोकम् अमुं चैव रमयन् सुतरां यदून् रेमे क्षणदया दत्ता क्षणस्त्री क्षण सौहृदः imam, this lokam, earth, amum, and the other worlds, cha, also, eva, certainly, ramayan, pleasing, sutaram, specifically, yadu, the yadus, reme, enjoyed, yanadaya, by night, datta, given by, Shana, leisure, three, women, Shana, conjugal love, Sauhrudaha, friendship. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord enjoyed his pastimes both in this world and in other worlds. Specifically, in the association of the Yadu dynasty, at leisure hours offered by night, he enjoyed the friendship of conjugal love with women. Purport. The Lord enjoyed in this world with his pure devotees. Lord enjoyed in this world with his pure devotees. Although he is a personality of Godhead and is transcendental to all material attachments, he nevertheless exhibited such attachment for his pure devotees on the earth, as well as for the demigods who engage in his service in the heavenly planets as powerful delegated directors in the management of all material activities. He displayed special attachment for his family members, the Yadus, as well as for his 16,000 wives who had the opportunity to meet him in the leisure hours of the night. All these attachments of the Lord are manifestations of his internal potency, of which the external potency is only a shadow representation. In the Skanda Purana, Prabhasa, Skanda, Khandha chapter, in the topics between Lord Shiva and Gauri, there is confirmation of his internal potential manifestations. There is mention of the Lord's meeting with 16,000 cowherd damsels, although he is the Hamsa, super soul, and maintainer of all living entities. The 16,000 cowherd damsels are a display of 16 varieties of internal potencies. This will be more elaborately explained in the 10th canto. It is said here that Lord Krishna is just like the moon, and the internal potential damsels are like the stars around the moon. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Satyadesharine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please repeat. Translation. The Lord enjoyed his pastimes, both in this world and in other worlds, higher planets. Specifically, in the association of the Yadu dynasty. At leisure hours offered by night, he enjoyed the friendship of conjugal love with women. So these are the pastimes of the Lord. Chapter is called Lord's Pastimes out of Vrindavana, specifically referring to Dwaraka pastimes. How the Supreme Lord engaged in life, transcendental life in association of his 16,000 wives, giving them the rasa of conjugal love. This verse said, was there in his transcendental body, the residence of the goddess of fortune, with his usual gentle and sweet smiling face, his nectarian words, and his flawless character. Lord enjoyed his pastimes both in this world and the other world, specifically in association of Yadu dynasty. He enjoyed the friendship of conjugal love with women. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the cause of all causes, Sarvakarana Karanam. There is no one equal to or greater than him. He is Bhagavan. All these things are revealed in the scriptures. At the same time, this Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the omnipotent Lord, from whom everything has come, both spiritual worlds and material world. A personality whose Shaktis are inconceivable. That personality also has another aspect to him, apart from his Aishwarya aspects as God, as the Supreme Lord, as Bhagavan. He is also called Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu. He is an ocean of all rasas, all kinds of rasas. That is the sweetness aspect of the Supreme Lord, the cause of all causes. And this sweetness of the Lord is disturbed if one brings forth his Aishwarya aspects. The Aishwarya aspects of the Lord are matter of fact. That is called Tattva. Reality, facts, that He is Bhagavan, He is omnipotent, from whom everything is coming. But for the Lord to enjoy His own sweetness and sweetness of His devotees, sweet relationship with His devotees, the Lord has His internal energy where He selectively covers His own self as God. Selectively covering and creating situations which is favorable for loving relationship between the Lord and his devotees. That is the work of the internal potency of the Lord. The Lord has got unlimited potencies. Just like this material energy is one of the potencies of the Lord. The jivas are another kind of potency of the Lord. Similarly, the internal potency of the Lord is also another Shakti of the Lord, which is meant for the Lord and his devotees to enjoy different rasas, relationships, as Dasya more starts with Sakya, friendship, Vatsalya, and also Madhurya. The relationship between Krishna and the damsels of Vrindavan and the queens of Dwaraka. These are all the opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna's Aishwarya is very, we are tiny living entities, so we can relate with nice relationship. But we cannot relate with his total tattva. Just like Arjuna, when Krishna showed his Vishwarupa, he cannot relate with. Because a tiny living entity cannot relate with. So, bhakti, even though sadhaka begins his understanding of Krishna Tattva. Who is Krishna? Is Sarvakarna Karanam. Sarvasya Pravo Mata Sarvam Pravartate. Ayadhyakshena Prakte Suyate Characharam. Natram Paratram Nyanyat. All these kinds of greatness, the infinite magnitude of various aspects of Krishna, we understand first. We have to understand first the Aishwarya aspects of the Lord. That is in Srimad Bhagavatam. The early cantos are all describing Krishna's as God, as a father of all living entities. Father of all living entities. As a super soul who is seated in everybody's heart. In other words, the glories of Hari. Just like we say, glories of God. General name, God, we say. Sanskrit, that is, God means Hari. So Hari has Aishwarya aspects and Madhurya aspects. So we need to understand the tattva that Krishna is the father of all living entities. We are all his amshas. and develop the Dasya Bhava or servitude attitude, the attitude of serving, the attitude of servant, which is common to all the higher rasas also. Servitude is common. Even in friendship, the attitude of servitude is there. But serving in the relationship of a friend, there is subordination in all rasas. But each of those servitude rasas has special flavors. The special flavor is called Dasya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So unless one comes to the platform of recognizing oneself to be the spirit person beyond this material person, one cannot relate with the Supreme Lord who is all spirit. And that is the reason why in sadhana bhakti, the spiritual master guides the disciple to gradually understand the glories of the Supreme Lord, which is Santarasa, greatness of the Supreme Lord, the reality of the Supreme Lord. How not a blade of grass can move without his sanction. Understanding that the Lord is in our heart. So we become Krishna conscious. In our material life, our consciousness is disconnected. We don't think of Krishna. When I say I stand alone. But the truth is, I is never alone. Part is always with the whole. The idea of I separated from the part is illusion. And that whole is Krishna. And that whole in his expansion as Paramatma is seated in our heart. So the living entity, every living entity, every jiva is connected, even when he is in this material world, with the Supreme Lord. There is no question of separating the part and the whole. It is only by forgetfulness. In other words, only in our consciousness we are separated. In reality, we are not separated. Nobody is separated. Nothing can exist without him. Therefore, it is said, he is everything. And everything is relating with him. He is everything and everything is beyond him. And he is beyond everything. He is everything and he is beyond everything. And that everything has a relationship with him. Everything, every person, every situation has a relationship with him. The entire existence is nothing but ye tamam prapadyante tam sate bhajamiham. Mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. Everything is moving according to for his purpose, for his plan, for his scheme of things, which includes giving us freedom. And imposing the responsibility of that freedom upon us. Whether it is material freedom or spiritual freedom. Material freedom, you are held responsible for your decisions under the laws of karma. In the case of spiritual freedom, your free will is there. It's left to you. How you want to relate with Krishna, ye tamam prapadyante, Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. There also we have a responsibility. Just see. So much freedom each living entity has got. The Supreme Lord, though seated in our heart, is full of respect for our free will. Nothing is thrust upon us. How much we want to become close to Him, left to us. You take a decision. What kind of closeness you want with me, you take a decision. I am open. Supreme Lord is saying to all His jivas, part and parcel, I am open to come 10 steps towards you if you take one step. So, perfection of life for a jiva is to develop or awaken his relationship with the Supreme Lord, relationship with his whole. The part cannot exist without the whole. And this reciprocation is reality. Krishna is a real person, not a philosophical person. If you are real, Krishna is also real. If you are real, Paramatma is also real. We usually assign reality to ourselves. But when you say Krishna in the heart, it becomes a philosophical person. It is only by practice of devotional service what initially you hear as a philosophical person, a person within your mind, within your philosophy, within your worldview. There is God, there is Paramatma. He becomes real, like we feel real for ourselves, only by engaging in devotion service of the Lord. And that is exactly what Srila Prabhupada the Acharyas are teaching us. That if you want realization of Krishna, not simply philosophy, you want realization of Krishna. That means you want your real relationship with Krishna. A person who is friend of all living entities, Suhurdam Sarvabhutana. A person who is most trustworthy friend. The most kind Lord, most forgiving Lord. Protector of Jiva under all circumstances. It is reality. It is real. So if we have to realize Krishna in our life, two different degrees. To start with feeling the presence of the Lord in all situations of our life. He is seated in our heart. He is present in everybody's heart. Atasmiti jnanam apohanancha. From me comes knowledge, remembrance, forgetfulness. Where do we have to search for Krishna? Nowhere. We start with searching in our heart. For forgetfulness, for consciousness that has forgotten Krishna, we have to start remembering. Which all ways the Lord is seated in our heart and is interacting with us. Krishna is revealed in the Bhagavad Gita. Which all ways Krishna is relating with the material energy, material world. It is described in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is revealed. So repeatedly by hearing sources like Bhagavad Gita, our perspective of Krishna and Krishna consciousness develops. Now our perspective is centered around, I am this body. Where you see Krishna? Don't see any. We see other jivas very realistically, but we don't see Krishna. Even though he is also like a body, he comes here as a deity. Even as holy name, in a sound body he comes. Our perception of people of ordinary people is much more complete than seeing the deity, seeing the holy name. Seeing the deity, we need to have philosophy of avatara. Otherwise, you will see it's a stone. Or you need so much of talking to say that the holy name is Krishna himself. This vibration is Krishna himself. But you see ordinary people, you don't even see that they have a material body. You see this spirit. You see the spirit person. Of course, in illusion that this body is there. We don't see a person as a dead body is separate, his spirit is separate, his body is separate. We don't see. You cannot have normal life. But Krishna is coming in a body, avatara. Just like this facility of deity worship is all given to us to make us feel that my life is around the deities. They are the real persons. They are the real persons. So to develop personal relationship with the Lord, the holy name, Nama Avatara, deity, life, living with the deities, slowly shifts our perspective to seeing the deity, seeing the holy name as Satchidananda on one side. And when we really see the real Satchidananda, when we touch the real Satchidananda of the deity and the Nama, then when we get Satchidananda-ized, Satta, Chitta, and Ananda Shakti, when it flows into us by their association, then we start seeing, oh, people are not the bodies. I am not the body. Here is real body. Here is real person. These are not bodies at all. These are just machines. Yantra Rudhani Maya. You can see. Our default perspective is to see these as Satchidananda bodies. But then when we see real Satchidananda, when we relate with real Satchidananda avatara, Sharira of the Lord, whatever Sharira He takes, it's all Satchidananda because He is everything. For Him, there is no difference between any body He takes and Himself. Because everything is Him only. Everything is linked to Him. Everything is connected to Him. He is His body. Our whole life changes from body-centered life to avatara-centered life. Nama avatara, deity avatara. Very, very mercifully they have come in order to give us this chance to get into true relationship with true persons. Krishna, Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. And that is the purpose of Krishna's avatara. You see, in Dwaraka He lived, in Vrindavan He lived. And just like ordinary human-like activities, you can say human-like. But He is not human. He is a supreme personality. So basically, spiritual realization, spiritual advancement means, most important, to repeatedly hear about Krishna. Who is Krishna? What are His qualities? Here. Therefore, reading Prabhupada's books is so important. Glories of the holy name, glories of Archavatara, the principle of Archavatara, principle of holy name. Start with Tattva. It is by understanding the Tattva that the layer of ignorance is gone. As long as the layer of ignorance is there, there is no question of relationship with Krishna. Understanding the truth of Krishna, Krishna Tattva, removes the layer of ignorance about ourselves and God. Because the relationship with Krishna is not under the jurisdiction of ignorance, avidya. It is on the basis of divya jnana. Divya jnana hriday prakashita. The spiritual master shines transcendental knowledge in the heart of the devotee. Krishna Himself is seated in our heart. He enlightens us from our heart, seated in our heart. So, when you see from that perspective, how much we progress in our spiritual life is so much in our hands also. Man proposes, God disposes. That is the meaning of ye tamam prapadyanse tam sityam. So we have to also take the initiative. Krishna is not going to push us from here back to Godhead. No. Neither is He going to push you, run faster. No. You have to decide how fast you want to run towards Prabhupada. Immediately He will facilitate. He has to facilitate. Without that, nothing can happen. But we have to desire to run towards Him faster. How can I get realization of Krishna? How can I complete my realization? How can I go beyond just speaking philosophy? How can I every moment be connected with my complete whole, the Lord in my heart? How can I change my perspective of this world, how I see people as bodies? How I can see all the truths. From childhood, I have been brainwashed to misunderstand myself as this body. And each of us have been conditioned to create a story. Who are you? If you say everybody, every living entity has a story. And the story is centered around I am the body. Just see. A narrow story. You are living your life through the lens of I am the body. We have to cross this. That is the first step. I am not this body. That means you need a Chitta Shakti, pure Chit. And our process to get enlightened, I am not the body, is not simply intellectual analysis. I am not the body. That much we all know. Do little intellectual analysis, we know that, wait, body is temporary, I am eternal. And you need jnana's support for that. But if Chitta Shakti, the Lord, there is realization, you don't need all this logic. Body stands out, you stand out, super soul stands out as separate tattvas. That is the power of Sat Chit Ananda. This Shakti comes by association of the holy name, association of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, association of deities, and practical serving Guru and Krishna. Then one gets this. We are here in Krishna consciousness to totally change our viewpoint of myself, my world. I cannot be in the same perspective of myself and my world and the world as millions of people are walking in this material world in ignorance. How am I different from them? Okay, I am serving Krishna. I joined this coin. I am serving Krishna. They are not serving Krishna. So there is a big difference. But it's so wonderful if we are able to serve in realization, serve with realization. For that, we have to effectively associate with the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. How do you effectively associate with the holy name? Yeah, the spirit soul energy is attention. Tongue has no attention. Tongue is a bodily organ, physical body. The soul has something called attention. Attention is two kinds: object attention and subject attention. Object attention is objective attention, I can put my attention on this microphone, my attention on this table, and put my attention on this sound. All different external manifestation, I can put my attention. That is called object attention. Now when I see you, I have both object attention and subject attention. I am seeing you also and your body also. Is it not? So when we say we attentively hear the holy name, we should offer both object attention, which is clearly hearing the sound, which is a manifestation of Lord's, his body, and also him. Though there is no difference, at the same time, if you don't perceive subject, then you're only give object attention. Of course, it starts by training the mind on the vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. But you have a subject attention, which means here is Krishna. The person is also there. The person and his body together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is why japa is called Nama Smarana. That means Smarana is about remembering the Lord, the person. And he is manifest before you as the sound. Just like if I am speaking to you, I give both subject and object attention. I recognize your form, your body, everything, and then you are speaking. So I given my attention to you. Kalikale Namarupe Krishna Avatara. Krishna has come in his body of sound. So you have to give attention to him. Nama Prabhu. Give attention to him. So that is complete attention. Subject attention. And that is the way to connect with the avatara. There should be Shraddha that this sound is Krishna. Namakari Bahudhanija Sarva Shakti. So one has to go beyond just object attention. Object attention is hear the sound vibration. Because that sound vibration is Krishna himself, it will lead to subject attention gradually. But otherwise, generally when we start, when we hear, you have to be attentive. The general tendency is to give object attention, the sound. Just hear the sound. You're not thinking of the person Krishna. This sound is Krishna. So when Shraddha is there, the sound is Krishna. Then your attention is both object attention, because he has come as an object before you. When something is come before our senses, it's called objective perception. Objectively, but I cannot objectively see your soul. Soul is spirit. He is manifest before our senses in avatara sharira. That is fine. Then you have to have subjective. Who is this subject? Who is this? This is not a sound. This is a person who self-manifests as a sound. Krishna Nama is not a sound, material sound. All cloud of materialness vanishes. We utter Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We utter with our tongues. Yes, that's material energy. It is vibrating, we utter. But into that self-manifest Nama, that means Krishna himself manifests his Nama. It's Krishna himself transforms into his Nama and enters this sound. And when he enters this sound, when Krishna enters anywhere, is there any three modes? No. Everything vanishes. All materialness vanishes in the sound that a devotee chants. It's all Krishna. So chanting and hearing and remembering is complete meditation. And chanting and hearing strictly by holding the attention will purify our heart and it will lead to remembrance automatically. Subjective attention comes. Then we see the complete, our perspective of, or our perception of the holy name, perception of the deity is complete. Object attention, subject attention. We touch both ways. We get purified. So our process of going out of bodily concept of life is simply chant nicely, everything separates automatically in our perception. No struggle for big jnana. Neti, 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 I am not this, not this. We also analyze in the beginning, yes, body convinced us you are not the body, yes. We do have that. That is the analytical knowledge and not realization. Realization is when you, just like coconut in a coconut shell, the fruit coconut separates from the coconut, copra, right? It is stuck. My consciousness is now stuck. And when you chant nicely and hear nicely, nothing you have to do. The soul, the spirit person will separate from this body. Will separate from its body in our perception. And that is supported continuously by Hishikena Hishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. If our attention and consciousness is spent on the body, that much we get stuck. We are reinforcing our childhood ignorant concept that I am this body. So there should be no time at all for us to think about my body. Means body as a body. You can work with the body. Like when you stand before the mirror, okay, this is me. You're reinforcing. You're absorbed in Krishna's service. You're not feeding your old self that I am the body. Automatically, that is why it said, Rishikena Ishikesha Sevanam Bhakti. Automatically, one comes out of bodily concept. And one sees body as an instrument, body as a yantra. Pleasures of the body are not my pleasures. Pain of the body is not my pain. Form of the body is not my body, my form. These are all duplicate forms, duplicate pleasure, duplicate pain. Anything material is not spirit. It's material pleasure I am thinking, it is my pleasure. Spirit pleasure is completely different. Mike.
uh, mentioned that when we see a person, we see object, the body, subject, the soul. How can that perception be more complete when we also perceive the subject as the super soul in the body, apart from the person? How that is that more complete seeing of a person, and how to develop that perception?
Yeah, the people perception is the most important thing that a devotee evolves. Coming out of Maya means understanding there is no big issue seeing the table this way, that way. There's nothing Maya like that. But you see people, that is where Maya comes. The challenge is, a spiritual realization means our people perception should change. How do you see people? We see people as their bodies, the most ignorant. Animals see other animals as bodies. So Krishna says one does not degrade himself by his mind. If he sees the soul and the super soul and the body. It's a question of training. Anything sounds new because something else is a default operating within us. I see a person, it's a body. First level is to see the person and body has its possession. He is not the body. Everybody is a soul and his possession is body. Just like bead bag is your possession. The body is your possession. A constant possession. You can use or misuse that possession. But I am not this possession. It's something that I possess. Next life I possess another body. So see the whole world, everybody as living entities in possession of temporary bodies. At least we have to see like that. They think I am the body and everything else that the body possesses is my possession. But the fact is that body is the first possession. It's not you. It is your possession. We are not the body, but we have a relationship with the body. That is important. I am the body is a relationship with the body. False relationship with the body. But the fact is there is a real relationship with the body. I am entrapped in this body. This body is my possession. And then Upadrishta, Anumanta. What is the role of the super soul? He is involved in everybody's stories, but yet not entangled. As I said, in the material world, everybody is having a story of life. Everybody's story is created by him only, no, inside. In your chittam, you have created your story. Who I am this body, then I am this is my relative, this is my land of birth, this thing. Whole universe is built. Each of us have built our universe, individual universe. Your internal world is different, your internal world is different, your internal world is different, everybody's internal world is different. It's a world that is real for us. My world is real for me. So the Lord as a super soul, as an observer, each of our world he knows. And either as himself or through Kala, he is involved in our stories. You can't have your story. That means you cannot have life without super soul. Paramatma is there in our heart, involved in our He's sanctioning everything for us, our desires. Prabhupada says that smelling, just like you smell a flower, the Lord in the heart smells our desires. And according to how we deserve, either we are under the charge of karma, kala, or we are under the charge of Guru and Krishna. Our life decisions are taken by Guru and Krishna. A devotee's milestone in his life is decided by Guru and Krishna. You don't think you decide. And the karmis, their stories, they want to move forward. So many desires. Their story moves according to what Kala will give the register. Strictly as per karma, sanction happens. Good and bad. So our perspective of the people should change. Everybody is allowed to live their life of ignorance centered around I am the body, the story. So our perspective of the world itself, everybody, so many false stories, living entities are in temporary stories, all drama from birth to death. That our world, way we see the world should change. The way Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. From that perspective, we should change our perception of people. Forget this old default perception. All false stories. What is your real story? You see a karmi, you tell him, I know you more than you know yourself. Because of Prabhupada. I know your story. You are living your story, bogus story. You didn't have the story before coming into this body. When you leave this body, story is gone. The whole life is based on that story and the body. We live in a world. Slowly, as sadhaka changes his story from and the body to I am servant of Krishna. Even if you think you are the body, you start serving Krishna with the body. Slowly, the I am the body will go, and this body is an instrument. Body is a tool. It will automatically manifest. Detachment will come. So people perceptions, when we change our way we see people, way we see gender. Gender is what? Where is gender? Is it temporary or is it permanent? Any gender in this world? No. A soul is in a male's body and he is knowing that I am the male. A female is the female body. The same soul. Genderless soul. Soul does not have material gender. All materially genderless souls are adopting gender because of identification with this body. That's a business of Maya. It's a big story. Why gender is there? How we get entangled? What is his attraction? What is the purpose of the Lord? All these things, like we saw yesterday's purport. How this Lord has created this material world as an opportunity for those who want to live without Him and want to enjoy life. Therefore, all this provision is there. We should be able to see how this whole world is operating according to, this is called Shastra Chakshu. See the world through the eyes of the Shastras. Because the Shastras, that lens is a true lens. By default from childhood, I have been handed over a lens, a Chittam lens. It's a subtle energy. centered around I am the body. The other question.
Yes, Prabhu, one question. Once, first time I heard your Soulful Japa lecture, 2013. That time you told that this inattentive chanting is because that we feel that Krishna is not personally there when we are chanting. We think impersonally. And here today's lecture also, the verse is saying that Krishna was personally having intimate relationship with Dwarkavasis. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we are having personal connection with Krishna while chanting. But what transformation is required in consciousness that we can feel that presence, personal presence of Krishna while chanting?
You can try. Krishna's personal presence has to be given by him only. When you are very seriously following Prabhupada's instruction to chant and hear exactly the same sound, that means when you give your mind or objective attention 100%, then Krishna, out of his compassion, it is easy to see people, but it is very difficult to see Krishna. Even when you chant, if you feel subjective attention, if you feel this is Krishna, that is also seeing Krishna. So he has to bless. Therefore we have, just like deity, you cannot see the deity. Deity has, when they agree to be seen, you will see. Otherwise you will see only marble. Otherwise you will see philosophically. But lovingly, if you want to see, he has to make himself felt to you as a person. Same way, the holy name. Gradually, we develop the other bhavanas. That is what we are training. At least one by one. Training is one thing. Our mind is in our hands. Manobhavana I can generate. Manobhavana. But Atma Bhavana you cannot generate. Atma Bhavana towards Krishna. Krishna has to bless you. When Krishna wants to make himself heard to you, he will make you. When Krishna wants to make himself seen to you, he will come before you. Kasi Krishna namadina bhavet grahyam indriye. Our effort should be there. But knowing very well, just like devotees, sometimes they chant nicely and they felt very good. Today's japa was very good. I felt Krishna. But next day you try so much, you don't feel that. Correct? From your side you have done everything, nicely heard everything, but nothing. So it all depends on the Lord. So you have to beg for the costless mercy of the Lord to, may you touch me. May you touch my consciousness. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.